been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the morning. And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, and I'll be running, 'cause that's why you're low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. My jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding,
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one.
Trying hard, but you wanna be
No one
my
likes
friend.
being lied to.
Ain't no place to hide it.
You made this mess and left me with the pieces.
Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end.
Now I wanna
I'm the one
burn
you
all the
ride, I'm the
bridges
one you ride
between
to.
us.
If you don't wanna change,
Focus.
ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change,
I just need to clear my. I just need to clear
I
my.
can help you out. I can help you out. I can
with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me
Hello, Quack and Smite League. It is me, Zav, and I'm here with Uchiha. We're going to be casting the Quack and Smite League games against the Plebbies versus the Legion. Anything you'd like to say, Uchiha, to start us off?
Uh, really hoping everything goes smooth tonight. I'm hoping for a good game between both teams.
As we just jump into P's and B's right here, I'd like to see a really good game tonight with maybe some top picks getting banned out straight away, like the Hades, Kepri, a good strong pick to start off with, maybe Guan Yu ban there, but we'll see what the plebbies have to offer. Thor,
Uh,
another strong god that just got buffed recently, giving that wall damage was such a big change.
yeah, man, Thor just he feels cracked right now. Seeing the Guan as well as me and Hunter were talking last week. You know, Guan just being one of those solo laners right now that's just OP.
Yeah, he just brings so much. There's Nazat, another character that got buffed recently, brings a lot to his team with that low CC on the sash. Just brings so much CC that is just really annoying to deal with.
Yep. I know personally I know Dingus on the Plebbies and he hates going up against Najaz, man. So that's an understandable ban from them.
Yeah, on the side of the Plebeies, it looks like straight jungle bans so far, as Legion's just banning mostly frontliners that are really annoying. As the Hades is the last ban, this is pretty standard bans from both sides. A lot of top picks taken out of the way. I'd like to see what the Legion decides to take from their first round pick.
Probably looking towards something either in solo or support. Is what my
Dragons
boys
of the
normally like
rivers,
doing, but they'll go with the U
obey my
Hunger.
call.
Yulong is, yeah, a very safe mid laner, not very easy to dive. Does a lot of damage from far range, just everything you really want from a mid laner right now. Let's see
Yep.
what the plebbies have to rebuke this.
You know, I'm hoping here that personally I'm not, as I explained last week, I'm not too familiar with mid lane. I'm more of an outer lane guy, but I'm thinking Baba might be a good pickup. The Cupid going into Yuhong is strong here though.
Yeah, Cupid is just really good ADC. Can bring a lot of pressure into that 1v1 situation when both supports decide to rotate out, as that ult just causes so much pressure and you have to beat it as an enemy ADC.
Yep. Throw down big circle and get them beads.
Yeah. They look to be thinking over their second pick here. I'd like to see them try to find either a strong jungler here or a support that's just really gonna tie in with this Cupid and pressure out dual lane early.
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the pins, and they're gonna go with the Geb. I thought Ganesh might have been a good pick here, but the Geb will be locked in here for the plebeies.
Geb, not a god you see too often, as a lot of gods do what he does, but a little better. But the built-in CC immunity on his three and the Cataclysm are going to be big factors. Partnered up with this Cupid ult, that could be a big combo that the side of the Legion have to look out for in these team fights.
Yep. And I don't recall the exact buff, but I do know Geb got the buff where it won't just be health scaling off his damage now. It does have flat damage. So curious to see how that goes. Scotty here hovered though by Legion.
It looks to be switched to Charybdis. Maybe they're
Uh,
looking for something, anything that can just really just get away from this Cupid without having to deal too much with him. The
yep.
ADC, I'm only trying to pick ADC here because the other ADC pick. Don't want to really reveal much of
I
their
am the
game plan
terror of
straight
the
away,
depths.
since the
Yep.
ADC already knows their matchup.
And you know, as the owner of the Angels over here, locking in that Charybdis, I'm known as a Charybdis one trick if you didn't know, Jav. So happy to see my
That's
boys picking it up again.
Yeah, this Ymir Charybdis is actually going to be really good in my head so far because the Ymir just brings so much pressure into this Get Cupid, as the wall can just dissuade anything that this Cupid really wants to
Who
do
will
because
rise
the
above the
fear of him
rest?
getting boxed in. Discordia, another really good mid laner that just brings a lot of damage and buffs, potentially buffing duo pressure or solo pressure with her passive.
hmm And it does look like both sides here also still need a solo jungle. So curious to see what bands come out from this.
Yeah, maybe both teams are looking to try to out pressure the other solo and looking for this strong 2v2 on the right side of the map, trying to look for totem control or anything like blue invades that they can really get, trying to get any advantage they can get off in these P's and B's phase.
We do see the Dodge ban here. Legion taking some time about thinking this ban through.
Dodgy, a really strong jungler, literally just sash on, just three onto Cupid, and you just follow him wherever he goes. Also, half of their team does not. Oh, everybody really has CC immunity, so the Dodgy ult could pull a lot of things that Ymir doesn't want to do with his ult being his only form of CC immunity. Ymir doesn't really want to buy beads. That's not really what's in his best interest. He's probably looking to get like Blink or Shell or something along those lines. An Ankh maybe if he has to, but beads is not something you really want your mirror to grab.
Nope. We do see the Humbats banned out as well. So going back to the Plebbies for last ban being Cthulhu here.
Cthulhu, just that big hunk of mass that nobody wants to really work their way through. Cupid really doesn't have the best time trying to shred through his HP. Doesn't have anything in his kit that really makes it super easy for him to get through all of that HP. Doesn't have the best time trying to run away from it either. So it's just better to ban it out. Hoonbats and Ravana also really good bans. Just both gods that bring a lot of impact. You can't really do much to a Ravana with the Cupid ult or a Gebo where he can just 2 it and not have to worry about any of it.
hmm Seeing the Ravana final ban here. It goes back to, I believe, the Plebbies now for that fourth pick.
Yeah, I would like to see what they pick here, if it's jungle or solo. I feel like there's a couple decent options still available, as Cocolin's available, King Arthur's still available for the solo lane. Both of those guys will get pressure. Camazotz, that could be flexed to solo or jungle. It's not really easy to tell which one it would go to. I'd prefer it off of this picture as a jungler, but it could still go solo very much.
Yep. Kama just high sustain. Looks like what this team's going for right now is just trying to survive these fights
Now
enough to
is
where
the
they can turn
time.
it around for themselves.
Nike, a really odd pick. You don't really see Nike. Ratatasker, though, on the other hand, you see him very much played right now as he just brings so much global pressure. He has the damage to back up his ganks. He's just kind of everything you want right now in a jungler. Once you hit level 5, you're able to do whatever you really need to do on the map at ease.
Mm-hmm.
Winning or
Ardio being
losing
covered
doesn't
here as
matter.
well with the
We all
lock
shall
in.
return to
Actually,
nature in
kind
the
of
end.
curious about this. Running the double guardian, leaving the I mean, Camazot's jungle does pump out that damage, but I just don't. I'm wondering if there's going to be enough physical damage fully able. They're going to be able to get off on this Nike mirror that's just going to be running at them.
This Camazotz can get on top of Yu Huang pretty easily, and get out pretty easily as well. Wouldn't be a hard dive, but the backline on the side of the Legions is super safe with two backliners that can basically remove themselves from the fight for a good portion of a beginning engage. RDO is probably gonna win the solo lane matchup just because she just has so many buttons in it in sustain. On the side of the plebbies, there's so much sustain coming out from this RDO, Camazotz, and Cupid. I'd like to see the Legion pick up some anti-heal items pretty early in, or the mid to early game is going to be kind of rough in terms of sustain.
Yes, I do agree with that. And we also have nobody with built-in anti-heal if we would have locked in like the Coup instead of the Nike. So I am hoping we pick up some anti-heal as well.
Yeah, as we start to load into this first game, what are your thoughts on both team comps? Who do you think is going to take this game?
I think with the beginning initiation, I think the Legion has the upper hand, but if these plebeians can survive At the beginning onslaught, get those those safeties out of the back line. I think they have a chance to be able to turn these fights. So I'm a bit split. I'm gonna have to give the draft though to Legion. I think their team is just a bit more savory even with the sustain than the Plebbies.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to the execution. On paper, I like the Plebeies comp a little bit more as they can just poke at the Legion slowly and sustain off of them. The Geb shield, the RDO heals, and the Kamazots too is just it's just really good damage for not costing anything. Where on the side of the Legion, they only have really one true person that can poke back at them, and it's the Yu Huang. Charybdis isn't really known for poke, Rat's not really known for poke, and Ymir doesn't really want to step forward that far to try to get poke. He's more of a you're walled and now this is the beginning of the fight type of player.
Yep, I do.
Alright. As we are gonna go to a break as the lobby is being remade.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chilling, kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. Play me like a bass guitar. Simmer down and mess me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
We are back and the lobby is remade. We'll be loading in shortly. I would like to talk about these team comps one last time before we load in. On the side of the Plebbies, I'd like to see this RDO get a lot of pressure onto this Nike, making it a problem for her to really do anything. And if you can cut off a Nike, she kind of just becomes just a standing target that you just can't hit for a little bit. Not really bringing much besides that. Anything you would like to add before we load in?
I think Like you said, I think solo will go to the side of the plebbies, but the dual lane, I think they're gonna have to play a bit safe over there until they start getting these rotations from the jungle if they do.
Yeah, this Ymir Charybdis will have a lot of pressure early, just off of Charybdis's AoE autos and Ymir's just built-in natural pressure early, and Geb's lack of pressure early. I'd like to see the Legion really look towards this duo side and just like try to get that pressure where they can, because they on paper they shouldn't win this solo side 2v2 just off of the sustain that the plebbies have.
Yep, I do agree. I think playing off of the duo here would be pretty huge for the Legion, but at the same time, we gotta make sure the Nike doesn't fall too far behind.
Yeah, you can secure some blues, make sure she doesn't get too far behind, but RDO's just natural pressure will just give her a level, maybe two level lead on this Nike just naturally alone if no neither jungler decides to show up. But if the junglers do decide to show up, it should create a lot more pressure on the side of the plebbies based off of just this Camelot's being able to just out pressure the Ratatasker early.
Yeah, I do think that is an agreement there.
All right. Uh Yeah, so this disco, I'd like to see the Ratatasker really just look towards either focusing out this Discordia or really just pushing in the duo lane as much as he can. Discordia not really having the easiest of time of trying to escape a Ratatasker, Ymir, Yu Huang, where after one ability, she kind of gets forced into a very short dash where Ratatasker can figure out where she is easily and Yu Huang can figure out where she is just as easily if she decides to play inside that little cloud rather than just run for it.
Yep. Basically, how I'm seeing it is it's looking like instead
You You're lagging a little
of line
bit.
going off of solo going to the plebbies, but the map falling the other side to Legion.
Yeah, I would really like to see how both teams decide to play this game out, as both have. I can see the game plan of both teams, where the side of the Legion is just looking straight forward into fighting, and the plebbies are looking to more sustain. As we finally load into the game, everybody seems to be doing the normal start. Camazot's opting for a little bit of an untraditional build with the mannequins and the transcendence on the Camazots. Any thoughts on that?
Uh, Personally, not a fan. I don't know if he's trying to go for just the hidden blade late game. Maybe try to get some of that proc off if he can get the bounces off the. I believe it's Kama's one that does the bounce.
Yep.
Uh, so maybe just trying to go for that. I'm not too sure. Maybe help him get some clear going here so he can get some more pressure in this early. Not exactly sure, man.
As I think Ymir is looking for a little bit of a dual-side cheese with this horrific emblem. Really just walking at this Cupid, making sure he can't do anything. Really causing a lot of problems in the clear department as Shell is popped over here by Geb. Ymir is also really low. Both seem to be in danger as Geb tries to do anything he can to get some damage off on this Ymir, but both will
Yeah.
walk away very low.
I also see that Duffy here is picked up Gilded on the Ymir instead of a traditional support relic. Bit spicy, but wondering how this is gonna play out.
Yeah, thank you for showing me that. I thought that was the Charybdis that had it. Wow, that's crazy. He opts for a gilded tier 1. I would assume Manticore spikes. He's looking just really to just win this lane through damage. And I guess it'll work because the dual pressure is already going in favor of the Legion, it looked like. They got the first totem. They were just there slightly before the side of the plebbies as Geb is trying to peel for Cupid. Cupid having to back up as he get horrific emblem. Charybdis is going in on him, missing a couple autos, and he will get away.
But at the same time, for as low as definitely was going into that, I still see that as a win for them over there. Looks like mid lane, still nothing really happening. Both mid laners level 3 though.
There's a little bit of
Maybe
poke is
can get
traded.
poked here.
Ratatasker getting a little low, but he'll be fine. He has Boombus Hammer, so he'll be able to sustain once he goes back to his camps. As there's just so much fighting happening in this duo side lane. Deathly is getting really low now, though, as the side of the plebeians have that built-in sustain from the Cupid. He's just popping his heal, and then they keep walking forward to hit the wave, and it's just proving to be effective as this Ymir doesn't really have the sustain right now to continuously keep doing these fights, as he has no support starter to really work off of.
Now, Zap, I do have a question for you because I am still kind of new personally to the solo lane. What do you think about this Nike rushing the Soul Eater here?
Nike rushing the Soul Leader, probably just trying to combat the sustain. Personally, that's not what I would have done. I probably would have went for something more traditional, as in like maybe a Genji's or something that's just gonna save you from this Ardio's just brute damage. But I can see the idea. Got the Tainted to slow down the sustain as a blue invade does happen. The blue was secured. So, I mean, no, it was stolen. The blue was stolen. My fault. The pressure seems to be happening in reverse as what I said. The RDO is getting pressured out as Camazotz is opting to invade the red on the other side. Looking now at this dual side lane, maybe he's trying to go for a little gank to get a little pressure.
And there we see it also. Pretty surprising to see that. Oh, that
As the
Ymir.
blink does come out, Ymir is getting very low. Camazotz is gonna
Oh,
get the Geb hits the knockup. There's nothing left, and Camazotz does get the kill. The Mannequin's proc was actually the thing that finished him off. That is so crazy. As Charybdis on the other side is 1v1ing the Cupid, but does she have the time before the reinforcements on the Plebbians returns? They all get out, it appears. Charybdis putting in so much work there, really stalling off 3 people. You usually don't
man,
see that kind of a stall in that kind of a 1v3 situation, as Geb does use his shell to make sure everybody on his side does get out.
I am back. I personally had a little bit of a lag spike there. It appears I am
As-
not the
Yeah,
only one.
you're not the only one. As
Oh,
Charybdis
autoing
is
the wall
autoing
there.
the wall, taking out a little bit of aggression on not being able to kill the Cupid, I suppose.
Um, oh,
As Geb
apparently,
does fall in the duo lane. I guess she got her aggression out on the Geb as well, just like the wall. Still,
that is
it's yeah, it's still hitting a rock, as the production does say.
that's.
Wow,
Uh,
just
I
a
did.
crazy start.
I did happen to miss the first blood there due to the lag spike, but it does see that, or I do see that definitely went down first there. Still
Yeah,
questioning this gilded choice, but the damage does seem to be there as he
it,
a freeze off though.
it appears to be working. The Ymir is just playing like a jungler at this point, where he's just walking around, CCing people, and just scaring them with his just brute force and damage. As he does pull Discordia's beads, and another blue invade comes out from the Legion side. Camazotz really needs to be on this Ardio's blue sooner or later. She's gonna be an Ardio with no mana, and that's not really what you want to see before 10 minutes.
Yep. I think he's trying to pressure out the mid and duo as we had said over here. Maybe thinking like we did with just knowing that pressure is going to be there. But it's already without the blue, kind of putting a stopper in the plan that you had said about her being fine over there.
Yeah, exactly. But they do secure the totem, so Ardio will get a little bit of mana. Not really enough to sustain her way through the whole lane, but it will be enough to do. As Charybdis looks for a big play on this Cupid, does pull his bead with her ultimate ability. Cupid is super low, not in a situation where he really wants to stay under this tower. With this next wave coming up, he might look to lose his life on this next play right here. He does use his ult to kind of dissuade any push the Charybdis does, as she's just looking for a little bit of tower poke as there is a little kerfuffle in mid, but Geb is now making his way over to the dual lane to make sure that nothing really too spicy happens over on this Cupid.
Looking over here, Naxxus almost caught out by Spades. Is he going to be able to pull it off? That's his blink. Oh,
Ooh,
blink for ult.
unfortunate. Blink for old. I would say that's a good trade for Nash over here, as he should have lost his life, but he gets away with the skin off his teeth. As Ardio does appear to be taking out a frustration on this Nike, getting very close. Hopefully the mana doesn't set them back,
Taking
as
it.
Nike does get out with 1 HP. This Ardio still just having natural pressure being Ardio, just enough mana to really scare off this Nike. The Soul Leader isn't stacked yet, so she's not at her peak of damage yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering, can we head back over?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can we head
I,
back over there? A second.
I,
That was looking pretty
I,
cheeky.
I guess the Nike had enough damage to get the Ardio in the long run. I was,
Uh,
wow.
saw the health bar is going down there. Looks
That's
like back in dual lane though, we do still see a level on the Charybdis. I believe trying to just get the stun there, but ult to no avail. Do see definitely running up here. Um, uh, no,
Charybdis is taking out her aggression yet again off the missed ultimate ability.
um,
Maybe
as my as one of my AGL teams would say, that's a Yuchi moment right there.
yeah. Uh, as Geb, both supports do pull up to the dual lane to make sure nothing really too big happens. Geb taking a lot of poke right now from the Ymir. 1 HP, will he be able to get out? Shells exchanged for the horrific, and Geb
Both
does get out.
looking for some tower pressure here. Wondering if they can get into half before they're forced out from this wave. Geb ult down now.
I
And it
just
does
Geb
also
is taken.
I do also want to point out that RDO appears she finally got her blue buff. So there is something going for the Plebbies on that end.
Yeah, as this Nike does have a lead and is now looking to pick up probably a pestilence, making sure this RDO does not heal at all with the with the tainted steel and a pestilence. Really just playing devil's advocate, making sure that she can heal, but making sure RDO can't heal at the same process. As both junglers are hovering around these left side oracles, probably looking for any pressure they can get into a side, seeing how heavy these two have been fighting over here.
We do also see Deathly secure that purple over there from the Cupid. So no purple for Cupid, and a lane he's already kind of losing. Does feel a bit rough on that end.
Yeah. As trebuchets are getting very close, I'd like to see who gets this last one. There's that one cup on the right side. It looks like Ardio is going to grab it, and it will be secured by the plebbies. And that should equalize a little bit of the gold that Cupid lost from losing his purple buff. A
We
little
do
bit of an engage on the Yu Huang, but won't lead too much as history is up and there's not much you can do after that.
It does appear though that the Nike is able to finally full clear a wave. That was what I was waiting to see. Um, it did appear that the RDO, as you had pointed out, just fully was out clearing the Nike, but it seems that her one is now able to full clear a wave.
Yeah, if the RDO really wants to though, she can just cancel out the Nike's one with her outroar, but that might be a little too costly as she's too low and doesn't really want to fight as we see a little bit of an engage over in the solo side. RU is backing up. Totem should go to the side of the Legion. As a little bit of a red invade comes out from the Ymir, he's all alone here. Charybdis is coming to back him up. There's a four for two engage about to happen.
We do see both.
Wow. Charybdis just damage checks Camazotz as Ymir does seem to be in danger as he's getting triple ulted. Charybdis is walking Charybdis is walking into a wall. The drift was not there. Ymir does get out with 1 HP.
We do see Spade trying to save Ches. Oh, Naxus goes down.
Camazotz stuck in a lost position. No team to back him up.
I would like to point out there, Spades recognizing the lag on Ches and stepping up to try to kind of save him while he was getting back into sync there.
Yeah, very, very sad for this Charybdis where she's had a lot of very big opportunities this game, but it looks like her lag is really just holding her back. This Nike is proxying over in solo lane. Solo lane is not looking too well for this RDO, as we do see a pause.
Oh, probably be a reset on Chez's end, but we got to see where it goes from there.
Yeah, so far it looks like there's so much action happening on this duo side. At this point, I feel like both solo laners are gonna become solo laners, and both of them are gonna just be left on an island for a little bit. Gold Fury should be pulled within the next 3 to 4 minutes. I'd like to see who really wins that because it looks like a teeter-totter between both teams of who wants the pressure. Both of them really just switching out who's in charge of fighting. Both of them really looking for either a re-engage or an invade on the side of the Legion. Legion starting the fights, and then the plebbies looking to regroup and try to just work together. But in that last fight, it appears they just lost because Camazotz went a little too deep got a little too far from the rest of his team and paid the price for it. Not getting the kill on the Ymir, which is really bad. So it was a 1-for-0 trade.
Yep. Um, I do think things are looking a bit more lively over here for Legion outside of Ches hitting them walls.
Yeah.
Hoping to see if they can keep this pressure up, or if things are going to turn around for the Plebbies here, as we do
Yep.
come back in and see Aptly securing totem yet again.
Yep, just another totem for the side of the Legion, as this Nike just has so much pressure right now with their fully stacked Soul Leader, has Pestilence and Tainted Steel online, making sure Ardio can't heal, but healing in the same process. Ymir doing a little bit of trolling, making sure that his mid laner can't get to the full wave of mid, as Ratatasker seems to be trying to steal the Scorpion away. And it looks like he did steal the Scorpion away, as their buffs are not enhanced.
Looking like it was a little bit trying to do something there on the solo side, but nothing able to come from it. It looks like we may be trying to pressure Pyro here, or maybe just making sure everything was good there.
Yeah, I'm just see Geb just threw a little word on it, make sure that nobody really does it anytime soon, as it is a lot easier to do than the Gold Fury, just a lot quicker. And if you have the bodies there, you can drop it really quickly. Ymir just looking really aggressive, getting a little poke off on this Geb. Geb ulting to get out, making sure that he's fine, about half
Ooh,
HP. Nothing
that
really
damage
much for this
from the
Geb.
Yu Hong there was pretty spicy off that one, in my opinion, on the Geb.
Yeah, this
Um,
Yukong with a fully stacked Book of Thoth Divine will be doing a lot of damage right now to this Ymir that doesn't really have much. As a fight does break out, Ymir hitting a double stun into the Ymir ult. Geb seems to be
ooh,
stuck in a position. Disco ult not really doing much. As we do see the solo out on side of the ADC, Geb is getting away with 1 HP. Ratatasker is chasing Disco. Will he get the kill? Yes, he will get the kill. Will he be able to get out though is the other question. Camazot's hot on his tail. Camazot's cannot. Oh, as he
ooh,
blinks away, he is out. He is gone. Geb
good
now,
play.
Ymir seems to be in a problem now, though, as he's surrounded by 3 people and he does get picked up.
But that is your the enemy mid laner for oh, it does appear Neptune Spartan went down as well. I was unaware of that. So that will be a 3-for-1 on the side of the Plebbies. Taking that. I am this gold maybe here now.
Yeah, as they like to try to pressure out this Gold Fury, I like to play as they know everybody really has to back. Only Nike can really be here right now. Nike might be able to get a steal or maybe a kill onto this Geb that is kind of low. Just kind of walking around, making sure she can do anything she can. As she gets so close to stealing it, but no luck. This could be a big fight right here as Geb does fall. Ardio is 1 HP. Charybdis is ulting, and
Oh,
Camazotz will get taken down. The Ardio is running away for her life. Will she be able to get out? No, that is a
oh.
3-for-0 trade on the side of the Legion.
So we see the Legion come back and answer that 3-for-1 with a 3-for-0 of their own. Do lose the Gold Fury in that play though. Maybe possibly since we got the Gilded Ymir, try to go for this Pyro real quick.
They get a lot of pressure off of that, as you do see the Ratatasker is invading everything he can on this right side jungle. Was the Gold Fury worth it? Not after losing 3 people like that, and a left side tower, and potentially Pyro right here, unless Disco wants to step up and potentially try to steal. This could be a big gold lead right here for the side of the Legion, unless this Disco manages to secure it. As for one does miss, sadly.
It does appear that Legion will secure another Scorpion, while last time that was stolen by Spades for the Plebbies was stolen by Spades. Looking to Ibis Blue as well.
He
He
stole the
found
blue, making sure no gold can be secured by the plebbies. They're completely dominating the map right now. They are 4K up in 15 minutes. That is a super good lead that they have right now. Super stable, 7K in XP. Really, all they have to do right now is chill out, secure their farm. They haven't had much time to farm right now, their side of the map. Just really look to stabilize, probably clear out this left side trebuchet. As we do see a gank come out onto this Nike under tower so far, she's probably gonna have to ult soon as
gold
she's
though.
getting dived for quite a while. Does not ult in time, sadly, and they will just walk away. Rat does try to ult to see if he can do anything, but I think it's a little too late, not far enough to reach, so he's just gonna back up and go and farm.
Yep, and they will secure a totem off of that. I do believe it is like 4-2 or something like that on the totems now. But losing that blue yet again, that Ardia needs just about everything she can get that sustain that mana.
Yeah, Ardio is kind of having a rough game right now as your laner that you should be winning is 2 levels up on you, which is not really good in her case as you're not really bringing much from the healing standpoint because this, as we do see a kill out in the mid lane, this disco does get picked like I did say before that they can really just get on top of her and kill her very easily if this Geb's not around to dissuade any engage or peel her out with that shield. As we do see a little fight break out in the duo lane, Charybdis is chasing down Cupid. Will Rat be able to get the cutoff onto him? No stun. Stun does not hit. Geb shields. Geb does miss ult, and that should be the end of that engagement as both teams just back up.
The other thing I like seeing out of this duel lane right now, man, is Ches is over here. He's already finished XZ, Quins, and it looks like he's appearing to work on his Odie bow. While Sweaty over here, he finished his Devos and has Odie bow. Still no pin online from him though yet.
As this Camazotz is just a little far from home, does get picked in the Legion's jungle. Not really much to do right now. This RDO is getting invaded again. Not much she can do right now. As the blue was secured, she did get her blue. She will be able to chill out for a little bit. Not too far down on this Nike anymore, only 1 level down. But yeah, like you said, this Charybdis is like really far up right now on this Cupid. She's doing lots of numbers. Cupid in a very bad situation right now, having to use his dash to get away. Charybdis is just gonna go back to farming.
Yep. Secure another cup for Legion. With that, they only need one more to get their own Trev up at this point.
As Ymir is gonna look for the invade. This yeah, this Cupid does seem to be in danger as he might get walled off right here as he does. Cupid using his beads and his ult to get away. Will Charybdis hit the ult? No, she misses. They'll just use that to back up. Geb does use that opportunity though to steal the cup and get the trebuchet for his team, giving himself a little bit more gold to try to remove this deficit that they have. As Rat does land on the Discordia in mid, and she is taken out by the Yuhong.
Triple rotate on, securing a kill before. Beads
Yep.
Aegis out of him. Remember, ult is down from that miss just a second
Oh,
ago.
and he does get out. No, as Camazotz does miss his one. Charybdis does get out using her beads and Aegis. Camazotz ult, Ymir ult, using everything to get out. As this Ardio seems to be in danger now, about half HP over in this left side jungle. Geb getting his dash blocked off. This Ymir is hitting some really godly walls today.
Yes.
Man,
I
that
would
was
like to say
crazy.
the teamwork we are seeing out of the Legion here. I think it's top notch. They're trying to be there as soon as they need for everybody, rotating, maintaining these leads in this farm. I think
Yeah.
it's looking very good for them. They're now up almost a solid 6K. Nope, 5.
Yeah, I'd just like to see the side of the Plebbies just play a little bit slower, really just secure their farm, play together, word up, and just try to get this game to late, as Ymir will just naturally be down, as Geb is only a level down, but he's the same build as him because he just has that support starter. And naturally, since Ymir has, as the Gold Fury does go to the side of Legion, not really helping them to the goal that they need to be achieving of making sure this Ymir is down. But like he has Gilded Arrow, he's not really going to be getting gold as fast as this Geb on the other hand, who has 3 items and Ymir is only at 2 right now.
I think that's mainly from lack of backing right now, though. Is Streak's just been out here trying to be a menace to everybody.
Yep, as a team fight does break out, we do see Ardio in a danger right now as she is one shot. And that is Ratatasker running away, 1 HP between 2 people. Will he be able to get out? No, Camazotz confirms the kill. Ardio using her beads to get away. Ardio not getting out. Now this Camazotz seemed to be in danger, jumping away straight into the Yuhong. Yuhong dodging the 2. Charybdis ulting to try to catch up. Will she hit anybody? Cupid on the back end trying to dissuade this Yu Huang from getting in, but he's getting pushed out by the Nike. She's too big of a threat. Nike misses all. Cupid does use Shell. This fight is so split. Nike seems to be alone right now, but not really scared of anything, as Cupid does just get nuked by damage from this disco and does not get out.
I gotta say, man, I think at this point, everybody just needs to reset. I feel Legion has been out here very long without backing.
That was a great Ymir wall. I don't know if you saw that, but it was used to block the Camazotz too, saving the Yu Huang's life, as Camazotz does get picked for that as well. Not being able to get the trade. Wow, that was a really great wall from the Ymir.
Yep. Appy picking up another kill, bringing him to 6-1 this game.
Yeah, like I was saying, Legion just has the gas pedal right now. This Nike, I don't feel like is killable for the side of the plebbies. They need to just play slow, just try to secure whatever farm they can, and just try to remove these leads, as they will have the advantage if this game hits the 20s. Everybody hits 20, as Ymir's build won't be in particularly the best unless he sells that gilded arrow late.
Yep. We do see him back though and pick up the imps and a T1 of what I'm assuming is going to be another pestilence.
It could be Pestilence, it could be Bulwark, not Bulwark, it could be Heartward Amulet, which would probably be the better pickup just to make sure his team is well and safe from the triple magical comp. As we do see a Fire Giant get secured by the Legion. Now this seems like the RDO is in danger right now. Will she be able to get out? They're just going to back off. They got the Fire Giant. No reason to keep fighting. They got the objective. They're just going to reset and look to push out these towers, I suppose.
Fury Scorpion again as well. Looks like they're going back for farm. And we do see that the Salty Dingus here catching up on levels. He was down 3 at one point, now only down 1.
Yeah, like I'm saying, they just got a farm now that the Ymir steals away the Harpies. Is really just annoying these two frontliners. His team is on their way. Let's see if anything can really be done about this. Looks like both teams are just gonna chill, it looks. Ymir's still looking for anything that he can. Nike's in the area, so he's not too scared. It looks like they're gonna start pushing down this left side lane.
Um, does look to be grouping for that. Only 3 T2s remaining. Maybe just try to go for the tower sweep here. Come back for this Oni Fury.
Yeah, probably. If they were to do that, I think they should have started right to left,
I
as
do.
by the time they finish out with the right side, the Gold Fury would be done. But not too bad if you're gonna look to pull birds. And this Emperor armor pickup would be so good for Ymir right now because they're pushing down towers at the perfect time. They have Fire Giant, and they get the freeze onto Ymir. I mean, Geb, will he be fine? No, Geb has to ult. He's one shot. He uses his shell and his three, and he does not get out. Disco ult does connect, but it's not doing any damage to this Nike. She's just so fed. Level 20 Nike versus a level 17 Disco ult is not doing much, as the left side bird does go to the side of Legion.
You know, going back to what I said, I really thought they were just going to go for the tower sweep, but able to get that pick, get that Phoenix. Now going to try to secure mid, and possibly if they go back to this Oni now, they will have a wave of Oni fire minions. For
RDO
anybody that's
does
ever dealt with that, that's it's pretty annoying to deal with.
RDO does blink onto the Yu Huang, not really getting much, as he does use his beads, but that's about it. She didn't realize that her disco got completely destroyed by the Yu Huang damage behind, wasn't really able to follow up to try to make any play to like dissuade the push.
Looks like
As they
Spade will go to try to push up the minions while everybody else is just going to go for it.
Yep, as they just walk into this right side tower uncontested, nobody can really fight them right now, as they have 4 level 20s that is kind of dissuading to do anything. Almost 4. Rat is about like RDO making so much space right now. Might be a kind of a L, but no, it appears that she just dies. Not really able to do much. Geb does use his shell. Kimzos is caught by the ult. Rat is ulting in. Will he be able to connect?
I
Yes, he
thought
hits
that was,
Kimzos, but he
I
ults out.
thought that was going to be a triple stun there by Ches, just barely missing the other 2, but still getting the 1. Nothing able after that RDO kill to really get from it though.
Yeah, Disco does hit her ult, but it's like I said before, it's not doing much to this Nike. She's just way too tanky right now with her tainted steel, her pestilence, and her spirit robe.
So, I'm not very familiar with Nike. It looks like we're going to see the mana coins picked up. Other than her knockup on her 3, what would proc that?
I'm pretty sure the push on her two would proc it as well.
Okay. Just curious to see that built on Nike myself.
Yeah, just a really strong item. Percentage damage is just so OP in Smite. Not much you can do about it. We just escaped the blue stone meta that was overflowing in the solo lane. That's just one item that did that. Now they just added another one. Kamizosh does try to steal, it does not go his way as he is on the run. Ymir does catch him, forcing him to beads. Will he get out? He still has ult. He does use his ult to get out. Ymir is just hitting all the walls he needs this game.
Yeah. I'm just seeing Legion just able to fully run this down. They're not letting them get any gold or farm as we continue this gold lead up to 10k now.
Yeah, Ymir does get a freeze off on this disco. Does not catch the dash, sadly, as Kamizosh is still in the area. We do see a blink off from the Nike onto this disco. Will she die? She does use her ult to try to get out. Nike does miss the jump. Geb does shield. Nike seems to be in a bit of damage right now. This could be a really good pick for the side of the Plebbies, and they do get her.
Able to get it, but RDO cast out back here with 3 of the backliners. Although it appears they will be able to get out.
Yep. The side of Legion just looking to reset right now as they did just lose their star player right now as Nike was a huge threat for most of this game, not really trying to do much without her present, and 2 of their members half HP. That is a pretty good pick for the side of the Plebbies, not really giving them the ability to step up to this fire, I don't think, but giving them enough time to step up to these fire waves and kind of push them back, because that left side bird will fall to that second wave pushing up right now.
Yep, we will secure the pyro here. Maybe, I don't know if they're going to have time for this reset here for this fire giant. The rest of the Plebbies show up here.
As the RDO is stepping up, taking a lot of poke, using her beads and blink for the engage, not using her blink, tried to use the blink, but it wasn't really worth it. Cupid just farming up left. This is really good on him. They're just really trying to stall out anything that the Legion does on this fire giant. It's not enhanced. I'd like to see them just give it up to continue farming like this Cupid is doing, but really just like standing around where Geb is to try to just dissuade the fire giant pool. It's not really working, but hopefully Geb can try to mix something up and get something done.
I am surprised seeing out Ches here. He is going to finish that silver branch before picking up what I'm assuming is Death's Embrace since it procs so well on Charybdis.
As the disco does hit, RDO is getting melted right now. Not much he can do. Yu Huang does get nuked. 1 HP. Will he be able to get out? No. Kamizosh does pick him up on the end. Now Charybdis is in ult. Will she hit anybody? Rat does hit the ult. Charybdis does get the follow-up ult. Will she be able to get the other part? No, she does not. She misses. Kamizosh in danger right now. Charybdis does die. Ratatasker is 1 HP. Geb ult does secure the kill. Now, that is a big play for the side of the Plebbies. Now they have this fireside control. They might lose their left bird here. We'll see, though.
I do think that is going to be a left bird with them fire archers still. However, picking up the fire giant again, almost a full team wipe. That is huge for the Plebbies.
That is a huge turnaround for them. That is exactly what they needed. Will they be able to pick up this fire giant, though, is the real concern. Will Ymir steal it? No, Ymir does not get close enough to steal.
Think by Naxus out there. Does left side bird go down? It does.
Yeah, left side bird. I'd say that is a horrible trade for the side of Legion as they've lost almost all of their players, but they only got the left side bird. They lost fire giant. Just giving the side of the Plebbies so much time to just farm right now. They don't even have to really push off of this fire giant. Just need to equalize the game up a little bit.
Yep. Maybe just try to get a couple of these T1s down right now. Just chill. Wait for this next EFG and we'll fight around that once they all hit 20. We do see that hidden blade I was talking about coming out on Naxus here.
Yeah, hidden blade. It's just a really unconventional thing to wait to get late game, but it's a really good item. It just brings so much power off of a ability as easy to hit as Kamizosh one. You can hit it from super far away. It's not very hard to hit. Just going to be doing tons of damage off onto people every 5 seconds if you can proc it.
Yep. I am curious though with Ches here going the Death's Temper instead of the Death's Embrace. As I had brought up, Death's Embrace just really impactful in my opinion on Charybdis because she can proc it so much.
Yeah, Death's Embrace is a really good item. Maybe she was just looking for this raw damage as she does have the Devos, so she doesn't really need the sustain as much because she already has that. As a fight does break out on the left side, Cupid does use his ult. Ratatasker does go up into the air. Will he find any targets? Geb ult on top of the Charybdis ult, on top of the Disco ult. All ults are being exchanged right now. Ratatasker is the first to fall. Kamizosh does get Yu Huang on the backside. Will anybody else fall in this fight? As Ches just get blown up by disco damage. The Plebbies are in a perfect position right here. They turned around the game. They are now pushing the duo side T2. Will Nike get out? RDO is putting on a great push right now, making sure nobody can leave. Just stalling so much time. They're just still on this T2. Will she get the kill? No, she's gonna die to the Phoenix. That is so unfortunate.
Yes. And it does appear that Sweaty went down in that fight earlier as well. I did miss that, unfortunately. So that is your fire off your ADC as well.
Yeah, Gab just getting a big ult. Rat wasn't in it, but with the second Rat landed, he just got blown up by all the damage around him. So he just couldn't really do much of his impact. The second he landed, he basically just died. Wasn't able to beads anything or really blink away from anything as well.
Yes. Also, something I really should have pointed out before, but I'm just now picking up on. Dingus here having the double stack, that amount of power with that pin, plus the Soul Reaver. I think that's going to be pretty strong if he can just keep staying back there, hitting those ults like he did that last fight.
Yeah, the amount of 940 power. I'd like to see who has his passive. If he can get his passive, he'd be throwing out numbers. Can we sell?
Yeah,
Kamazotz has his passive. Kamazotz is going to be throwing out numbers right now with this disco passive. Just so much power that he's getting from this. He's walking around with 550 power. Most junglers really only see about like 400 or so. That extra 100 power is going to be lethal, as we just saw in that last fight on the Yu Huang's HP bar. As Legion does get the Pyromancer, just to try to slow down the just loss that they're just keep getting.
I think if you're Legion at this point, man, you got to focus on getting this Camazotz out of this fight. I mean, the sustain he's got along with his damage he's just able to supply on everybody else.
Kamazotz does blink, nothing does connect, sadly. Yeah, I agree with you. This Kamazotz is really just controlling the pace of the fight by just really removing this Yu Huang as he just hits him with his two. That does about like half his HP right now. And then just flying away. Nobody can really do much about that. No peel can really be done about that. And Geb doesn't really have, I mean, Ymir doesn't really have a defensive relic to really stop him either, as he did go for the horrific.
I would like to say I'm a bit scared for the Plebbies right now. As we had said, this Camazotz being the main person getting these damage dealers out of the fight. Backs to defend this left lane while all four are still here. However, it did not appear that they got circled like I thought they were going to get.
Ymir does blink onto this Cupid. He does get his beats, but will it be worth it in the long run? Not much really done. Just killed the Trebuchet. Both teams are going to stall out. Cupid not having his beads for this Fire Giant fight could be very big for the side of Legion.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. I'm looking still at Deathly's build. He still has not traded out this Gilded Arrow. I would assume by now that he would have enough gold to maybe pick up an item there, but
Mm, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does. Maybe he probably just upgraded his relic first. As Geb is also not full build. As the side of the Plebbies are pulling, they have two people trying to stall. Yu Huang already getting low before the fight even started. Ymir is about 3/4 HP, half HP right now. Ardio is keeping up the pressure on him, 1/3 HP. As Rat does ult in, Cupid does catch him. Ratataster does beat. Kimzoth is one, does get picked up on the back end.
not paying attention behind you there. Does look like they had wards, so you should have seen the rat coming.
Brutus does beat and Aegis. As we see so much damage coming out right now by the Discordia. RDO is pushing up the lead. Cupid does get the pick onto Yu Huang, as we do see the Ymir and the Rat fall. That's a triple kill over here for Sweaty Sacks. Now they're just gonna pull back to this Fire Giant, it looks like. Should
Yeah,
be fine to get it, as they do have this Geb and RDO still alive, just a zone. Make sure nobody really steps up too far.
yeah. I really think right now you try to get the Nike, maybe try to use the Charybdis ult to secure the fire, but Nike able to get in here.
Big knockup over here by the Nike, leading up to a double knockup. Everybody on the backside seems to be low right now. Nike just doing a perfect zone with the Fire Giant. Yeah, Cupid in a
out by himself.
Disco just throwing the ult away. Unfortunately, this Nike seems to be in a situation everybody is low right now. Nobody can fight over this Fire Giant. That was such a good play by this Nike. She waited until the Fire Giant was about to use a knockup, knocked up three, and then the Fire Giant knocked them up again, making them all just run away from the pit. as both solo laners are just doing their job here, making sure nobody's pulling, just standing around, showing their presence. That was a big stall for the side of Legion over here by their solo laner Nike.
Yeah. We also do see in this next fight a lot of relics down for everybody, but I would like to point out that Shamir still has the blink horrific while the sprint is down for the side of the plebbies, as well as everything but Pier's Nexuses and Sweaty's beads. So wondering if something can come of this horrific that we got still.
Both teams have a lot of relics down. I'd like to see them stall out. The only side that I have advantage to right now is the plebbies, as they do have a lot of words on the side of the Legion's jungle. Legion can't be stepping up this far when their team's so far away. A little bit of poke transferred, not much to be noticeable. Rat is doing his job as a jungler, pushing at the mid lane. As both teams start their little fire dance, waiting for their relics to come back up. Rat Tasker's, both of his relics are back up. Now we're just waiting on a couple more Ardio's beads blink. As Ardio big trade numbers come out, Camazotz does ult to look for some damage onto the Charybdis. Charybdis does ult away, as we do see Ardio just getting destroyed right now, as we see a bunch of ults, Charybdis ult, Yu Huang ult, Cupid ult, everybody's ults are getting dropped, as the side of the
Hey,
Ratatasker is just
cleanup.
nuking everybody with the cleanup from the back end. Ardio's gone, he's on a triple kill so far. Nike getting her ult on the back end, will he get in? He's in with the dash. Dash missed, unfortunately. Cupid is still on the chase. Oh, will he get the quad? No, as the quad is stolen. Ches will take
Your
two.
side in favor of the Legion here. It looks like they're just gonna run it down with these kill timers, which makes sense to me.
Yeah, this should just be the end of the game if they just push through mid. So much was done. I saw like 5 ults on top of each other at one point, and Rat just got the perfect opportunity to clean up. It was insane. Just
Yep.
getting every pick he really needed on the back end.
Yeah, that Phoenix going down pretty quick. Still got that Imps armor, as we pointed out earlier.
Yep,
Really
they're just
low, but I think with Nike tanking this, they should be
they should be
completely
fine.
fine.
That should be game number one. Ymir will sacrifice his life, sadly, as his greatest foe of the game, and the first game will go to Legion.
Um, I guess the Gilded Mirror worked out, but still surprised to see that. But good set there, or good game there, in my opinion.
Yeah, Plebby's putting up a great performance halfway through this game, really just turning it around, getting the Fire Giant, getting a lot of pressure, pushing out the duo side, just a little bit of a misplay at the end there as they just stacked up a little too hard and let the Yu Huang just release all his damage off onto them in that little speed corridor. As we do see the player board stats over here, we see Camazotz with a whopping 28k. He was really doing his part. The numbers are just really good from everybody. It appears everybody was really doing their job. Not a bad game at all. The only thing I'd like to see more is a little bit of more wards coming out from a couple players. The RDO is at 5, Nike's at 8, and Cribs is at 9. I'd like to see a little bit of a step up from there, but besides that, this is a really good game.
Yeah, I thought that game was pretty good. I think if you're the plebbies, I think you just need to try to maintain that mid solo side a bit more. We saw them try to get pressure in a lane. I think that Sweaty should have just known to play a bit safer at that point. Try to focus some more pressure over there. Dingus not getting much farm in the beginning, as I pointed out, down 3 levels at one point.
Yeah, this RDO is just not really allowed to do anything at that point. The Camazot's not really knowing what he wanted to do at that point because I feel like he wanted to play off the RDO, but the RDO was just too far down to really make any plays. I didn't really see him try to help out this Cupid too much and kind of restore pressure. I'd like to see Nash really try to just figure out what he wants to do from this jungle, whereas Spades on the other side just kept playing for these blue buffs and getting his solo laner ahead, as this Nike was a big problem for the side of the plebbies for a majority of this game.
Yeah, I mean, only dying twice. After you just, it's like you said, they were just able to secure those blues, got Apti ahead, and he was just able to run with it.
Yeah, he really was just running this game for a great point of the game. Traded his life over at the right bird, which did lead to a little bit of a giant loss for a good point of the game. But I guess they just snapped back in at the end of the game and were like, all right, we've had pressure all game and we gave it to you for a little bit, but we're gonna win this game. Sorry to tell you that. All right. As we are going to go to a small break for game two, I'll see you guys then.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the morning.
Welcome back. This is me, Zav. I'm here with Uchiha. We're here for game two of the Plebbies versus the Legion as we just jump straight into P's and B's. Legion over here, I guess, is first pick again versus the Plebbies. Uchiha, you have any notes from last game?
Um, I think the plebbies, they got to that late game like we were talking about. They were able to start doing things. I think we need to see their jungle step up a bit more and keep it mid and solo a bit secure because Legion was just able to play off that, not having to worry about dual lane.
Yeah, as we do see very similar bans as the Camazotz is target ban this time and the Yulong respectively, both doing a lot for their team, making very crucial plays. All other bans are the same as Hades is the number one pick. Hades just a solo demon. Not much you can do to outpressure a Hades in the solo lane. That god just brings so much to the table, including early, mid, and late game.
Yeah, I mean, I think letting them grab the Hades here over the Yuhong I think that's a bit of a, I don't even know the right word, man. I just don't think that was a smart play by the plebbies here. Hades just able to run kind of everything down right now.
Yeah, Hades just brings so much pressure into the solo lane. You get totem control, you can have blue invades very easily as Hades just clears the wave and he's going to heal off the wave as well. It's just very annoying to try to deal with. I like to see what the plebbies have to try to refute this Hades, what gods they pick up, as we do see a Horus hovered, not locked in just yet. Maybe a Horus and a Vulcan are hovered. Vulcan just probably going to look to nuke this Hades on entry with his
Come,
ult.
we shall fly
And
together.
Horus is also locked in, maybe trying to get his team out of the Hades ult potentially. You have any
Uh,
ideas?
Either way, I think with the Horus, they're still going to have to stand in the ult for the duration before he can get his ult off, at least for part of it.
Yeah,
Maybe just
maybe.
grabbing this Horus, try to, I don't know, just try to get some of that CC for the Vulcan setup late game, maybe. That's really the
Yeah.
only thing I can think, seeing it locked in this early.
I'd like to see this Horus hit a crazy Hades ult prediction and get his team out the second the ult starts. That would be insane to see.
Yes, that would indeed. Um, I am curious though. They pick up the Vulcan and Yuhong is banned, so I am wondering what's gonna be kind of strong into this Vulcan here. As I had said, not too familiar with the mid lane. Baba Yaga comes to mind, but at the same time that house is just
Tremble
gonna
beneath the waves.
get
Hades
loaded.
Yemoja, a very strong top two. Yemoja just being one of the best supports in the game, has always been one of the best supports in the game since her release. She just brings so much to the table in terms of utility, heals, CC, just brings everything a support wants. And on top of a Hades, that alt combination is going to be so
I am
brutal.
the
As we do
terror
see
of
the
the
Charybdis is
depths!
also locked in for the side of the Legion, just running it back from last game.
Gotta say, man, I love the boys, and I love this Charybdis getting picked up again. I mean, I'm just a huge fan of the god myself, but the safety that she can bring, just duck this Vulcan ult,
The
the
law
tier being
returns to
covered, so
this
it's looking
land.
like that's going to actually be a horse support now that we see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Horus support more than I'd like to see Horus solo,
I
especially
agree.
into a Hades, not really able to do much matchup. Tyr, on the other hand, can try to kind of counteract this Hades and just play the avoid game as Tyr doesn't really need to fight you in lane, clear the wave and heal off of it and walk away. Whereas Hades takes a little bit slower time to do anything traditionally like Totem or XP Camp because he just doesn't have the abilities after clearing the wave.
Yep. Um, I'm curious here though. Um, locking in the tier of the horse. Wondering if we're gonna see a 4 physical comp from the plebbies this game, or if maybe we'll pick Alkong or Poseidon Jungle or Magical ADC.
But plebbies do opt to remove the Daji, just a really annoying god. I would prefer they had taken it into this Yamoja Hades, really just trying to pull anything they can as fast as possible. As the Legion does take away the Cupid, just not trying to deal with that again, making sure that their Hades is the one initiating and initiated on, because that Cupid will cause a Hades a lot of problems if he doesn't have beads.
Yeah, we saw it last game, Sweaty getting a bit behind, but was still able to at least use those ults to be some impact in these team fights. Uh,
Ratatasker also removed, just trying to remove any pressure that they probably can get early. A Ratatasker just a really safe jungler, like we talked about earlier. We
With
saw
me,
the
you
impact he had
all
last
shall
game, as
flourish
the
and
Cernus
prosper.
is locked in into this Charybdis.
uh, In my opinion, it can be a flip of a coin because Charybdis' one downfall, man, in my opinion, is having a god that can run you down. And CERN can do that. Just three, you're three, and if you don't have ult, you just twos and you're there getting stuffed out of.
As we do see a Vamana jungle and an AMC snap locked, this is just a very big healing comp from the side of Legion. If every member of the Plebbies does not go anti-heal, they're gonna have problems. As Ao Kwang is locked in as a refute, Ao Kwang might have a lot of struggle just trying to get through the amount of heals as he doesn't really like to pick up Divine. Vulcan's fine with it, but not really many options for anti-heal on the side of the Plebbies right now to kind of counteract the immense amount of healing that the Legion has.
Yeah. I'm trying to think here. I mean, unless CERN goes the crit too, I'm really not seeing besides the pestilence, maybe a divine out of mid, much anti-heal being built here besides maybe an Onk by the Horus, which I'm hoping he does pick up. I
Yeah,
mean,
Ankh
AMC's
is
passive healing, Vermana's ult healing, Charybdis went Death Embrace and Devos again, Moja and Hades, just extreme amounts of healing over here from Legion.
Legion just gonna have so much pressure coming into this mid to late game, whereas the side of the plebbies really just have to get this Ao Kwang online. He doesn't really have that much pressure early game as he is a magical jungler. Not really any of them have much pressure early. He just needs to farm and try to find a lead somewhere to just stop a lot of this pressure. Vamana, he can't execute Vamana and all. He's kind of just gonna be whacking at each other if they do come down to a 1v1. But this Charybdis AMC, Yamoja are going to have just an easy time pulling objectives and burning it from the double ADC and the sustain that the Yamoja offers.
Yep. I do think AMC is pretty good also into Vulcan, just able to clear that turret and take away some of that pressure as well, while still
Yeah,
hitting play.
you can speak. This AMC, yeah, just gonna bring so much pressure into the mid lane where you just be the turret and the wave and just causes so much problems for this Vulcan. And if you catch him off guard and put a stinger in his head, that he has the beads and he's so close to you that he can't really run away because the hive just gives you so much movement speed. The AMC mid is just gonna have so much pressure as most hunters do in the mid lane.
Yep. The one thing I would like to point out, AMC's ult being a cripple, but Vulcan no longer affected by cripples. So maybe try to play that tower line when once you know that ult's up as well.
Yeah, trying to just make sure this AMC doesn't get as much pressure as he needs, but Vulcan will have a lot of problems trying to run away from this Hades Yamoja Vamana. Can't really do much about all of it together. The dive of the side of the Plebbies is just gonna have to be more tactically laid out than the side of the Legion. Whereas we are now loading into the game, let's look at these builds. As Ao Kwang does opt for mannequins again, I guess he's just really fond of the starter. Looking to get a little bit of pressure, he can now kind of trade into this Vamana early from the attack speed debuff that he has.
Yeah. We also see definitely moved over to the jungle this game while Spades is going support.
Wow, yeah, that's a big
Oh,
change. I'd also like to pick up
this
on the
last.
fact that this horror support does have warding sigil. He's not trying to get blown up this game. Might cause him a little bit of problems in the gold department, but we'll see what he can bring to the table.
Yep. There's also a fear that Sweaty was subbed out. El Rosa going to ADC this game, and Geekers stepping in for solo.
Yep, as we do see Hades doing Hades things, as he is just gonna naturally get his pressure. Dual lane is off to a normal standstill where the warrior soul lane is gonna get a little pressure as he does dive tower, taking a lot of poke, trading out his HP bar for the Charybdis' HP bar, both getting really low. Wow, insane. As we do see a fight over by the totem. Totem does go over to the side of the plebeies.
Now I have a question here for you, Stav. With
Yeah.
this Hades, I'm assuming what's rushing a Book of Thought. Is that common with the Hades solo?
Usually you'd like to see your Hades rush the warlocks into the Book of Thoth. I guess he just wants the Book of the Thoth first because he's not too confident in his mana. But yeah, right now it is probably the best option as Bancroft's Talon has been nerfed pretty heavily, not really giving you as many shields as you really want.
Right. We do see, as we pointed out over here in mid, the AMC just putting pressure on this Vulcan already.
Yeah, as both decide to split, getting their own set of mid harpies, coming back to mid, as we do see the Alquang looking to get a little bit of an invade, set this Vamana down as far as he can very early in. Vamana just hovering around mid. As we do see a little fight taking around on the left side and on the right. This Hades is getting a pretty poked out by the tier. Tier does have pressure on him right now, not really able to clear just yet too easily against the tier that just keeps sustaining.
Here's is going to be on the other side this time, stealing the blue buff, going to the Plebbies.
Yeah, as the Aokwang is doing exactly what I said he should be doing, just looking to get so much pressure as he can early. As he does try to get a kill off onto this Hades, gets very low but not close enough. Kurnos does have to walk away. They do not secure the cup on the left side.
Nah, I skipped for a second, but I'm good. But it does appear trying to catch back up here. Sorry guys, had a little bit of a lag spike again. Does look like we are also going to see Naxus secure his side of the jungle again here, just putting him further ahead as he gets in level up now.
Yes, we do know that this Ao Kwang is going to have just a little bit of a lead right now onto this Romana. If the pace of this game continues to go, he can create a bigger lead as he does back for his tier 2 Warlocks, having a little bit of mana problems. Same thing with Vamana. Vamana not really known for his early game mana problems without a blue buff. As we do see a little bit of a walkout from the purple buff from Sparks over here, Spades over here on the Emoja.
Yep. Spades able to play support or jungle. Very fond of this emoji pick, and looks like it's actually starting to get favor back over here to the side of Legion in this duel lane.
Yeah, Emoja just brings everything you want. Good clear from the ability to just spam her one as much as he needs to and just built-in sustain that this horse can't really compete with right now as he doesn't really have much sustain on him besides his three. But you don't really want to be using your three to sustain in lane. As they do start a fight, Cernos having to beads and Shell being used by this horse, now trying to use his three to sustain up a little bit as he can. As Ao Kwang is just hovering the area right now, gets called out by the Yamoja. An engage onto the Charybdis won't lead to much as she just uses her three to get away.
Yep. We do see the three also there, Alice Spades. I think he was trying to bring back the horse there with him towards Ches, but we do see the blue buff picked up this time to go to Apti.
Yep, this Ao Kwang is just looking for stuff early. I'd like to see him hit the target next time. He can't really spend too much time on this dual lane right now. He needs to play where he's up and just really make sure this Hades doesn't get to play the game. As he did let him get a blue buff. His dual lane is too far down at this current position to really make a big play without them being able to use their ults right now.
Yep. Ooh, am curious about this triple split right here, but it does appear it won't matter too much as everybody backs to get a refresh. Seeing the mail of renewal coming out of Spades here, while
Hello.
King Ballard, but King is sitting on his sorry.
Yeah, just really a lot of sustain coming out from this emoji. You can't really try to pick her right now, as she's just gonna heal through it most of the damage that you do to her, unless you just completely CC lock her, which isn't really the easiest to do in this meta. As we do see, the Hades is just starting to the what Hades does best and just out damage you and sustain better than you off of waves. As he does use his ult, does collect Tier's beads. Will it be a problem for Tier later on while his beads is on CC?
I think I don't know. Tyr still has ult, so even once after he gets his ult back up here for the beads, I think he just is able to ult out of it. Maybe if we get some pressure over here from Shriek.
Yep. As we do see a good dodge over here by the Hades, just still continuing to outpressure this tier where he's just in a better situation all points. We do see the jungle rotation as he's just hovering now to see if he can get anything, but both junglers are here. I don't think either jungler really wants to do much in this situation, just out of respect for each other. As they will take the 1v1, Vamana is getting quite low, a little scared and gonna back off as he does see that the tier is following up behind him. Both junglers just walk away.
So Zav, I keep bringing up build questions that interest me. What do you think on this Warlock staff out in Axis?
He's probably just looking to stack right now. Warlocks did just get buffed when you finish stacking it. You do get 10% pen. He probably wants a lot of percent pen looking at the side of the Legion, as there's probably going to be a lot of tanky people that he's trying to hit. As Vamana, just a built-in warrior, you're going to need percent pen against him to do a lot more damage than just flat pen.
Yep. And we do also see the Golden Blade coming out of Romana. There's that ult I talked about. Getting out with very little mana there. That was a good play by Geckers, in my opinion.
Yep, this Hades is just gonna run the lane at this point, as he can now just one-shot the wave. Tier's not at that point just yet. He has to do a little bit of his combo to get to that point, and Hades is just gonna eat that up for the further point of this game. At this point, either you have to completely try to shut down the Hades before or have to play somewhere else. As you do have double ADC, we do see a little bit of a gank come out onto the Cernos. Will he be able to get out? The knockup is good. Will he be able to get the kill? Ults are exchanged. He's diving tower. Vamana does not chase the kill, and he does get out with a 1 individual HP. That is insane. Unfortunate.
I
26
think
HP.
I think Ches skipped a little bit there again because he did have ult. After hearing that too, if he would have just got that ult, we did see Death definitely trying to just stand there to let him get it off.
As the
Lot of like,
first blood does come out in mid lane, Yamoja does get executed. This Ao Kwang is just doing what he needs to be doing, getting pressure where he can. He needs to get a lead on this Vamana because Vamana can't get the lead on him. Their comp is a little bit unconventional, whereas the side of Legions is a lot more traditional and easier to play. So if he gets a lead, his team does have the strong suit over just the wacky, unpredictable gameplay.
we do see a T1 shield coming out definitely in the jungle as well. Wondering if that's going to be a Glad or a Berserkers. Probably Berserkers, but
Looking to be a little bit tankier, I guess, on this hand. Berserker is not an option you really see much too much commonly. Has been a while since we've seen these warrior junglers build that Berserker Shogun type feel, because both of those items got nerfed so heavily. I would have liked to see him go into a more just full damage focused, because he's kind of robbing his team, as being a lot tankier isn't really what they need with this double ADC. They just need to be burning frontliners and moving on to the next target one by one.
yep. I do believe with their comp right now, as you said, just work that front to back because late game, I think they just are able to shred through this front line. Ult coming out of Dingus there does miss onto Spades. Shriek's ult coming out, going on to Dingus now.
Vamana just working through these HP bars slowly but surely. Not much to get out of it, as he will de-transform very soon, getting everybody roughly around half HP. This gives them a lot of pressure. Ao Kwang just lurking around the back end, just really just looking to steal any farm, as he is proxying mid lane right now. Maybe just looking through just to poke the wave out a little bit, as he is just invading the backs. But Mana is just getting slowly behind off of these plays that aren't hitting the mark. As we do see the blue invade come out by the Hades, not much you can do about that one, Tier. Sorry. It's just what Hades is going to bring. But if we do see the gank come out, maybe Hades is in danger right now with this execute on the field. Hades is going to have to ult, as we not even able to, as Tier does just fearless him back to his own tower, saying if you want to go home here, as he does just die.
Yeah, this double stacking coming out. Excuse me. This double stacking coming out from Apti here. Not a lot of defense and not the health that we would have seen, like you had said, coming off the Warlocks first.
Yeah, he just doesn't have that health yet. I'd like to see him go into maybe a sustain item like the Bancrofts or the Typhons, just so that this tier really can't do much, as tier does often go into Blackthorn. Not really the best item right now, but with a lead, he'll be able to just damage check this Hades if he's not able to sustain all of his health back.
Something I would like to point out too, you had mentioned this Alcon just constantly taking the backcamps, as we've seen, and this Ramana is still keeping up in level. Finally, just now, Nax is getting a level above as Dingus goes down to Neptune Spartan.
Yeah, the Yamoja ult was just solid. He could not go anywhere. Using his beach, trying to wiggle his way out, but just not able to, as the water did just cave on him, and as the mid laner does just get the kill. AMC getting that pressure naturally, and then having a little gank from the support. Vamana just can't get out of that wall. I mean, not Vamana, but Vulcan.
Yep. No way out of it is no shells upgrade yet. We do see one on the Horus. Hopefully he can get that leveled for his team here in a little bit.
Yeah, as we do see the Alquang and Horus getting really low in mid, just this pressure and sustain from the AMC and Yamoja is just too much to really do anything about right now. Just can't summon up enough people to really deal with them right now.
Nope. Does appear Chez is. I thought he was he was looking for it and then went to the red. I didn't know if it was a ward or if he was having some problems with him. Using the
As
ult to get that, gets the ult out of churn. A massive 145 one auto.
yeah, just a massive 360 over here by Ches to just avoid the ult, as we do see both ults traded by ADCs, neither really getting much from the other there, just a little exchange of ults.
Um, I do also see coming out of this tier. Ooh, blue stolen again. But I do also see coming out of this tier. We see that he has upgraded his
Uh,
bead.
uh, as we see a little bit of a cheat code from the Charybdis's internet, she kind of just avoids everything the Horus
Oh,
wants, and I think that she does disconnect. I'll Rosa just making sure that she does not get away with thing like that ever again from just teleporting out of his combo.
yeah.
Um,
It was,
Vamana on the other side of the map, just dumbfounded by what he probably just saw happen.
yeah.
As the trebuchet is just pushing up the left side.
Yeah, I'm hoping Tez is okay here. I mean, we've seen the connection issues all game. Good wall off there by Spades, in my opinion.
As we
After you
do
make the
see
rotation,
Hades just destroy Vulcan. This team fight in mid could be bad as the execution is available. Unfortunately, it is not a hit.
we do see that Berserkers coming out of definitely here, as I had pointed out, he may go. Personally, I don't know how well this is going to play into what he's got cooking up here, but I
Yeah,
mean,
the
the HP5 is
Berserkers,
not nice, I guess.
the HE5 is nice, but the stats just aren't there. 20 power is not good. 40 physical prot is not good in this percent pen meta right now, and 25 attack speed is all right, but for the price, it's just not worth.
No, Gekker's just getting tagged by AMC like, hey bro, don't lazy back here on me.
Yeah, as we do see another invade coming out from the Hades, just trying to steal this blue, and it is confirmed. He's gonna jump the wall, and oh, and as it appears, the tier is here. Is he gonna walk to his Emoja? He does. Emoja hits a double stun, but should get him out for now.
Here going back in. I'm not too sure about this with Naxus getting the ping on Shriek showing up there. I think this is just gonna be a lot for them to deal with. But as we see, Shriek's able to get Geckers there, uses ult. That was also his beads, but as I had mentioned, he did upgrade them, so
As both ults are exchanged in dual lane, Charybdis does get the upper hand of the situation. Neither one using beads, but that fight over in right lane, let's talk about that, where we just see the blue side just have complete control just based off of sustain and being able to just dive the tower, having the better positioning, being able to just box in this tier in the middle of the wave and catching him off guard.
yep, Naxus out of mana, but gonna try to get here. Does not secure the Scorpion.
Looking for a little bit of a horse play, but it appears Ao Kwang was out of mana, not really being able to make much happen, as he does seem to be in danger right now, out of mana. This Vamana might pick him up. Will he be able to pick him up? He's using everything. He's trying to juke. Can he get out? Nope.
Oh, nope.
Unfortunately, Nash does not get out. Definitely does get the kill.
That's a good knockout or good catch there by definitely seeing that there was no mana, just knowing he could go full in without that ult there.
As AMC does get caught in a little bit of a predicament, man, does juke the Vulcan ult, does get away with his life, not really exchanging much for so. Still has both of his relics, and for the cost of Vulcan ult.
Says jumping there. Looks like he's still a bit unhappy about these connection issues he's been having, man. Feels bad for him. But back to mid lane here. Nothing really happening other than we did see Dingus miss the ult a few ago.
Yeah, there is a 1K lead still for the side of the Legion, even though the disconnect did cost the lane just a little bit. 1,500 lead, that's pretty good. Not as big as it was last game, but as Hades does just pull up behind him, Vulcan is gone. Just randomly appearing right behind you, pulls your beads, you think you can dash away, but Hades says hello and catches him.
Yep. Walking back here, I think this could be a play where they could try to, at least as far as I remember, the beads were still down on most people. I would like to try to see maybe Pyro Gate there, as it looks like Tyr is on Pyro Gate. Nope, just hiding around the corner there.
As Elrose does win the 1v2, does get his kill on the mid, proving that the ADC is better than the mid ADC. Does get his one. Yamoja ult was used, and so was the Stinger, I think. Was the Stinger used? No, Stinger was not used. As we do see a blink out onto this Hades from this here. Yamoja does get a double stun, not really much to do right now. And we're looking for these rotations. Womana has appeared. They're getting a little bit of trade off right now. Ao Kwang looking to show up. Charybdis is still hitting hitting Geb, but that was last game. Kind of a sad predicament. Vamana does ult. He's in there. He gets the shell out. Cernanos is 1 HP. Does he not get out? Ao Kwang does ult. Does not get the execution, unfortunately. Vulcan does ult. Hits his mark. Does not hit anybody of a big target though. Hades is ulting. Does he catch the tier? He catches tier. Catches the tier. Vulcan does kill him from with the turret. Now we see Charybdis trying to mow down this Ao Kwang in the front. Does he get out? He does get the sustain. Looking over on the left side, we do see this Vamana struggling to live out. No, Ao Kwang does pick up deathly over here on the Vamana.
Yep. With having Dingus and King still up, though, I think they have a chance to go for the Gold Fury if Nexus would step over there with them.
Yeah, they could potentially make for a play on this Gold Fury. Their support's getting very low. I'd actually like to see them drop it, as trying to take this while there's two people diverging on them could be very bad for them. As the AMC does pull up, they should just lose the Gold Fury now, as the Gold Fury does go to the side of the Legion. Just a very bad pull without all three members being there and trying to just burn it instantly, not really respecting the pressure off of just seeing them right away. They could have probably hovered it just a little bit to try to re-secure it, but was not able to, which will cost them. Now they are down 3k gold.
Well, in the matter of about a minute, we have watched the Legion go from that 1K lead we were talking about to the 3K lead. Still only losing that one left tower from that connection, but we did see Right go down to minions, I believe.
Yeah, that went down quite a bit ago. I like what Nash was doing earlier on. He was just out pressuring this Romana's jungle, as he was not allowed to just really win the 1v1. But now it looks like this Romana is just at a point where Nash does not want to take the 1v1 with him and is just so scared of the jungle. And now he has crit online. This crit could be a problem, as he is now just opting into this damage orientated build. Just making the berserkers a little weird, as we do see a little bit of an engagement come out mid as a shell was popped. Now we see Yamoja getting the kill off onto the Dingus with her one Yamoja diff, to be honest. But now we see this Horus just getting caught lacking, but no, he's not. The Charybdis, I mean this AMC just caught in mid, and as Vamana does burnt, he just came out and is already low as both onks are used. Now we see the Hades pull up. We see the triple ult as they. Will he be able to get out? Nobody. He's being chased so hard right now, but he will be able to get out. As we just see a amazing turnaround by the side of Legion, as everybody just drops their ult. Vamana was able to stall out long enough for the Hades Charybdis ult to stack on top of each other and really just do max damage, as they're just now able to get away with this Pyromancer, as Emoji's just sustaining everybody up. Tyr tries to get in, but he can't. I mean, that's Ao Kwang. Ao Kwang might get the execution off. He's not close enough. Will he get out? He uses his 3 to get away. Will he get out?
I don't think so. I think once Hades has this dash back up, it will just be lights out for him for a little bit. But
As he does juke it, will he be able to get out? No, Ches does get the kill.
I would like to point out, though, he is Nexus on the side of the Plebbies here. He is double stacking, and I'm assuming going into what is a Stone of Binding, maybe?
Yeah, maybe even a Stone of Fall. Stone of Fall was meta on auto attack junglers, the magical junglers, a while ago, but kind of not used recently. Maybe he's just scared of the damage right now being presented to him, wants a little bit of mitigation, but I don't think anything in that tree is really too worth it for the purchase. What are your thoughts?
Uh, I mean, if they had a couple magicals, I think Voidstone has this instances where it's okay, but I just don't see the purpose of grabbing anything in this tree here, especially with him trying to double stack here.
Yeah, this as we
Good.
see another fight pull out from the duo lane, but this this Charybdis is just winning right now so far. As the Yamoja does pull up, they do catch him. He's gonna walk away. He's backing up. He's trying to stall for any bit of a rotation, just trying to get his autos off onto this Charybdis. As the AMC does make his rotation, Stinger will put him into the grave. As Horus does dash in, he seems to be in a situation now as he's not get out as fast as he can. He is caught by the hives. He's slowed down. Everybody's catching up onto him. He tries to loop back around, but is caught by the Charybdis. As we do see a kill come out from this Hades onto the Vulcan, he's not able to get out, and we do see the Horus fall over in the left side. I'd like to see them pressure out this mid tower now, just to get it done with, as we probably see the fire rotation. I think this is a fire call. 22 minutes in over here by the side of Legion.
I do think so indeed. Everybody grouping up over here. The only person really up that I think could probably try to do something would be Geckers, but Geckers over here getting zoned by the Spades, both him and Naxus.
Yeah, the Yamoja is just zoning over at the speed buff, making sure nobody is getting through to this Fire Giant. Fire Giant does fall for the side of Legion. Yamoja is just going to walk away. Ao Kwang is trying to follow, but it's probably not going to lead to anything. As we do see, he dashes in. AMC does slow him a little bit, but he's just going to walk away. Nothing
Yep,
much to happen. I'm assuming.
on as well, and Legion has taken this to what is that, a 8K lead now?
Yeah, Legion has taken the lead over from being down by at least like 1 to 2K earlier into this game. Now they've seemed to push their lead and are now going to look to push out this left side, probably get a tier 1 over and left, and then maybe look to go to gold and probably chop down that mid tower that's like about 1 HP.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think Apti here can just one the wave, get that low, and just head on and carry his business elsewhere.
Yeah, we
Really
do see a little bit of a
try to
collection
press.
over by the duo lane.
I'm hoping with this fire giant, Ches finally has his internet issues figured out, so
Oh
he can
no. Oh no.
get some. Oh, this is
Oh
oh
no. I'm
no,
sorry. No, does he get out?
he-
He, he- he's so far away. Will he be able to get out? His horse is back. They're just gonna give him up. I, he did it. He got out. He got over the unwinnable situation like a secret agent. Wow. Charybdis just taking out a lot of anger on the tower, just making sure that it's dead. Wants to make sure that there's no towers being reborn today. As they
Man,
do push down the tier 2 on this left side.
Ches is just standing there. His connection issues with set have been a bit rough, so.
As Ao Kwang is spotted, is completely destroyed by the Stinger. Stinger coming out of his body. That's just he's not able to reclaim the Stinger from the portal. Unfortunate to say, as he does secure the kill onto Nash, though. Thankfully.
Yeah, I mean, I still can't get. Oh, there goes Ches again. That's what I was gonna say.
As Tyr does blink behind him, gets a double grab. The Vulcan ult is good. Will it hit anybody? As it does hit the Hades. Do on a full damage Hades. As we do see the Vamana on the backside, just a Whereas Charybdis over here trying to hit her ult, misses the mark. They're just gonna get the mid bird.
I think overall that's still worth it. Shri coming out here, man. Those crits are slapping for him.
Yeah, those crits are going crazy. I guess he just hasn't just barely enough prot to make the Cernos not really do as much damage as he wants to do, and it's just walking him down and really just taking the one. As Legion does get the left side bird and the middle side bird, and taking 3 along with them.
I'd like to see pullback for the Gold Fury here, although it does appear that Spades. Oh, the 1 minion problem. All right, it's done.
Whereas Hades
I have
just took a pet from the left lane.
said to myself where the 1 minion following you just it gives away a lot of information your team may be trying to do.
The mobile ward is
The mobile ward, I like that one.
yeah. So the red team took notice of this, assumed that they were going to be going to the Gold Fury after that, trying to secure what little right farm that they have. As you can see, there's 3 people hovering that right side of the map, just trying to secure everything they can to kind of equalize this game, catch up. Cernnos is the only level 20 on their side, trying to see if they can get anybody else level 20 to make these fights a little bit easier as once they get their starters online. There's a big wave in the right lane. Maybe somebody can hit 20 off of that, as we do see Ao Kwang hit 20. Maybe he's able to make the play that he needs, as he does get the Stone of Fall that I was talking about earlier.
Ooh. I do want to bring something up real quick. The Salty Dingus here getting so tired of these Emoja ults. He upgrades his shell before his support does.
Yeah, usually you don't see that. You usually see his Tears seems to be in a predicament as he's just getting whacked away by little mana. Hades coming in and silencing him to make sure he doesn't do anything. As we see both ADCs just shredding the Pyromancer, not needing a tank as they both just have so much sustain, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at this point, I'm wondering if they can just pull off this tower, go back, get fire, and then just push right for the win.
Yeah, as we see the side of the plebbies just trying to split the map, just get as much farm as they can. They cannot pull up to this fire giant. They will just lose the game off that. They really just need to farm anywhere that's not near the Legion right now and secure as much farm as they can. I like what the Ceranos is doing. He's all the way at their T2, making sure he can get any farm he can. Nash over here making a little bit of a risky play, dashing in, is able to get out through the invis, just trying to play the space and see what he can do if he's presented with the opportunity to do so. The only real member present for this fire giant is just gone, I guess, not able to secure so
There you
close,
go.
and he's just exterminated by the double ADC.
Yep, I think that's just a push up right call there. Is Shriek just he is
As the
freaking
little
wrecked.
mana is just doing Mojo.
Oh,
Sure, Horus does not go anywhere. The little mana is still going crazy, making sure that this tier knows he has to run, beating into his head right now. So low, but he's still on the chase. Hades does secure the kill, and little mana is just gonna walk away. Half
and
HP again
with
from
that
so low.
with that call, I don't think they. Oh, I was gonna say
Oh.
don't lag into that.
Yeah, that's they're looking like the end call. They got the time to about half HP, still pulling, still pulling. Everybody's getting so low on the side of the Legion. Will they be able to get the time before the game ends? We see that streak does finally end, and that is to the win goes to Legion. 2-0 victory. Wow, just an amazing playoff from Shriek over here on the Vamana, just controlling everything in the late game fights, just pacing everything, making sure nobody on the side of the plebbies can really just walk forward to him.
Yeah, I mean, just he came back two questionable builds that actually ended up working. At least the berserkers in the beginning. Once he got that crit online, man, he went full force, was able to turn a lot of these fights or just initiate them where everybody had to just focus him. I don't believe if we could look at relics real quick, I don't believe anybody picked up an Ankh either.
Yeah, I'd like to say from the side of the plebbies, they just really needed to work together in these team fights. The Vamana wasn't really tanky, neither really was this Hades, where if they're allowed to just let their Cernos and their Vulcan just completely dump their kits onto one person at a time, it would be so much easier for them because there's nobody really extremely tanky coming out besides the Yemoja.
Yeah, I mean, I think one, like I said, man, we watched it go from just a 1K lead to, I believe at the end there, they were at almost a full 10. I believe possibly 11. But it's like I said too, just the lack of teamwork in the plebes in game two, I think was the biggest factor here. Like I said, Dingus having to pick up his own shell to be able to get out of that Umoja ult. King not picking it up for the team, still yet to upgrade any of his relics that he picked up at level 18.
Yeah, I liked what Nash was doing early. He had so much pressure onto this Amada, taking the 1v1 with him, really showing him that he was in charge in the game, making sure he wasn't allowed to have any jungle. And the Hades was getting invaded at the beginning part, but then he kind of just lost all of his pressure later in as Hades just got to the point where he's like, I don't care about my blue buff. I'm the pressure of the solo lane. And it looked like Ao Kwang was just kind of scared at that point, didn't really know where he wanted to play off of, and wasn't really able to keep this Vamana under wrap for too long.
Yeah. I am going to ask production again though, because this is just bugging me. Can we possibly see the relics? Because I just don't think there was even an Ankh picked up with as much healing as we did. Okay, there was. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, upgrading the Ankh before the shell, I could see it, but just nobody getting that shell online to be able to get out of those besides Dingus, who is mainly the person focused by these Umoja walls.
Yeah, I like the idea between the two backliners going Shell as there's really nobody nuking them. It's double ADC, so Shell is fine. They also have a Vamana. The three shells alone and the reduced damage they're going to be taking from auto attacks, plus the shield they're going to get, will be stalling their lives for such a long time. A lot more than just one individual Aegis would be doing for them. Just a little bit of a failed execution by the side of the plebbies.
Yep. Do agree. I think if there was a lot of times they had the potential to turn a lot of things around. I think if these guys just get a little bit more teamwork and they wouldn't be they'd be able to get out of a lot of positions they were in.
Yeah, there's just a lot of fighting that was so unnecessary. I like to see them just hunkered down, but a great performance over here by the side of Legion, just really able to show how much of a teamwork gap there was between each of these fights, where they were just able to either pull back and then re-engage when they needed to, or just start the fight and finish the fight strong altogether as well.
Yep. Bringing up the wards again too, as you had mentioned last game, looking like the ward side does double count in here to make sure I'm not lying to you. Yeah, Plebeians had more wards yet again as well. Something I'd like to see how Legion coming out for the rest of the season. Maybe get the wards up a little bit, as well as the
Yeah.
Plebeians. Totally.
Yeah, a little bit of a unconditional way of winning. Just a lot of just cheese I saw with the Ymir and with this Vamana just getting away with whatever they really wanted to, and not really a way for the plebeians to really just figure out what they wanted to do against this. They weren't really able to lock it down and figure out how to play against it. Just a really good set. I really loved game one. It was so interactive where the plebeians looked like they had an idea what they wanted to do during the middle of that game, and then they just had a really bad team fight and lost all of their momentum at that point, weren't really able to re-grab it.
Yeah. Um. I mean, same. I have the same opinion, man. Just if they would have just kept to a plan that they were able to figure out, I think things would have went a lot smoother for them.
Yeah, I completely agree. Do you have any final notes before we close this one out?
Um, Personally, I think I've said all I need to for these two teams to set. I would like to say, well played and good teamwork from Legion here.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Zav. I'm here with Uchiha. Thank you guys for watching. It was a 2-0 victory for the side of Legion against the Plebbies, and I'd like to see you guys soon.
Good night, guys.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chilling, kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku.